Hell, our home. Frozen when heaven extinguished the pyre. But one spark is enough to reignite a revolution. The Bone Shaker, our train, travels the rail connecting our two worlds. The last surviving remains of the pyre drives the heart of our engine. The gilded wing will stop at nothing to destroy it. But the champions of hell will defend what's ours. Because if we don't, there will be nothing left to defend.
And welcome to Monster Train. I actually know very little about this game. I mostly heard about it in comparisons to Slay the Spire. And it's a card battler game, and that's about all I know about it, really. Initially, the game just started with the run immediately after this introductory video, but I went back into the main menu to mess with some settings and fix some things. Since the game wants to start it like that, let's just get right to it, back again, and resume the run. Welcome to Hell. Your train is carrying precious cargo, the last remaining shard of the pyre, needed to relight the fires in the depths of Hell. Invaders from heaven, the winged, will do anything to prevent you from completing your journey. You must make wise decisions and build up your band of monsters to have any hope of success. Good luck, Hellborn. Let's go. So, okay, so it's, there's nothing happening at the moment. I don't need to react to anything. Some health, some attack power. Well, this will become relevant later, I assume, and... Limbo. This wasteland has always been the desolate crossing into Hell. It serves as a buffer, the first ring of Hell and the only separation from heaven. The ice only turned an endless desert into an endless tundra. Well, obviously the game wants me to go for this battle. Let's do so. Heaven's priests. These disciples have dedicated themselves to the service of heaven and will attempt to restore the life of their companions. And I can also see the description and their abilities. Okay. Fight then. Let's see how this works. Protect your pyre. This is your pyre. If it takes too much damage from enemy attacks, your run is over. And that's health and power, I suppose. Enemies have boarded your train. Enemies enter at the lowest level and move up one level every turn. If they reach the top, they will attack your pyre. I see. Summon units to defend your train. You can play each unit card once per battle. What is armor? Damage is dealt to armor before health. Each point of armor blocks 1 point of damage and is then removed. And multi-strike attacks an additional time each turn, which I assume is included in this power icon. And there is also a train steward. So so that's basically my mana. Ember. Spend to play cards from your hand restored at the beginning of every turn. And there are 3 every turn. Can I, like, stockpile them? And also draw pile. Okay, so I can just play some random stuff. For example, Hornbreaker Prince. Each floor of the train has limited capacity. The amount of space a unit will take up is indicated by the number of pips on its card. Oh, I see. Those at the top. Combat previews are now enabled. Yep, I did that in the settings. The preview number shows the amount of damage each unit will take during the next combat phase. A red X means the unit will be defeated. Those numbers. Okay. So, can I get like one more guy into this thing? And I guess I should just cast this torch and kill the... Who are you? Trusted Priest. Few human disciples have been granted direct communion with Seraph's light. Those priests are among this inner circle who have been taught to control heaven's power. And you? A basic disciple of Seraph, one of many humans that have answered the call to take over the rings of hell and reforge a new world after our covenant was broken. Well, I will not read all of the descriptions, but I will do that sometimes though. And one more torch, I suppose. Okay. How do I end turn? By pressing this, obviously. Okay. Straightforward enough so far. What is this? Restore. Restore 2 health and then regen. Apply regen 1. Restores 1 health per stack at the end of turn and decreases every turn. So it's like poison but in reverse, I assume. Okay. Let's get a train steward on the top floor then. And then do 1 torch for this target and 1 torch for the mage. Can I move between them by holding something? Oh, it's page down, page up. That's not the most convenient button you could think of, but okay, that works, I guess. So kill this thing. And I can also restore. No, I can't. I don't have Ember. Okay, skip them. And there's waves remaining 2. 1 more after that, apparently. Okay, so get the steward. Get the steward on top of this thing. And healing. I don't really need healing. Okay, skip. Can do restore, and I assume this region will go away next turn, if I understand it correctly. Okay. The disciples will stop you in your tracks. Defeat the boss to win the battle. His relentless ability means that combat will continue in this room until you or he is defeated. Interesting. Why is he getting like minus 44 damage? It's a lot of damage. Oh, it's because he will kill me. Oh, he will kill me. I see. What is the end of turn? Well, actually, I can just allow him to kill me. Anyway, let me read this thing first. Discipled Inquisitor, a high-ranking officer within the combative ranks of the disciples. The humans that had been admitted into heaven banded together under the Inquisitor to join Seraph's cause when they broke our rail. So anyway, what I want to see is, can I stack some regen? But what's the point? He will break the armor first anyway. Maybe there is a point. So, anyway, it doesn't really matter regardless. I just want to see, yes. So, regen, it seems like... I'm still not sure. Will it go will it lower, decrease itself after every combat turn? Does it mean combat turn or not? Well, let's just see how it works, right? So it has 3 regen for now. What happens? Yeah, it decreases after every combat turn, actually. I see. Good enough, though. Battle 1 plus 1000. Plus 1000 of what? Oh, it's score. I see. 3-turn boss rush. You get points for defeating the boss this many turns before it would have reached the pyre room. Okay. And got some money, some packs. Double packs. Collect, I suppose. And I choose 1 card out of those 3. What is piercing? Damage dealt by this card ignores armor and shields. A defeated opponent's horns are broken as a ritualistic act of dominance. The horns are then collected by the victor as a trophy. Fortify, 0 cost, apply 5 armor. But it's removed forever, right? For good. Okay. Leather is a common material among the Hellhorn, so I've lined my garb with a material for protection. Given the stench, I'm sure the source of it is better left a mystery. Hidden passage, ascend the unit. Move up a floor and to the back of that floor. Not all routes through the Bone Shaker are immediately recognizable. I sealed many of them off to all, but those who are willing to tear through steel and squeeze through the shreds. This is pretty much impossible to say which one of them is better before I see more of the game. Damage is always decent though. Damage is like always not a horrible idea. Like, yeah, cards could be usually sometimes a horrible idea, but damage is never that bad, so. And also Allied Clan Pack, Glimmer. 1 cost, restore 2 health to friendly units, and deal 2 damage to enemy units. On the floor, you mean? Tip, spells only affect 1 floor, I see. If struck by a surge of electricity, a sapwood will crystallize into glass. The sap within will become preserved as a supercharged healing solvent, but I can't seem to break the glass without losing much of the sap in the process. Sharpen. Apply +4 what? Damage? And spikes 4. Spikes, when a unit with spikes is attacked, the attacker takes 1 damage per stack. Tip, stat changes persist for the duration of battle. I found discarded hollow armor serves as a perfect tool to sharpen dull weapons. Yeah, but 2 cost though. And Wildwood Sap. Consume? Apply Region 5. Consume can only be played once per battle. And other cards can be replayed? Okay. Region is decent. Okay. 5 region is decent-ish. When sap from wildwood trees is consumed, it imparts the healing power of the reproductive spores. I also quite enjoy its floral sweetness. I'm not sure there as well. I will just use wildwood sap, I think. It seems like the most generally... like, at least it can be... At least you can get rid of it. It consumes itself, so at least in that way it will not prevent my deck from getting worse much. What is this? So I need to choose my path. Merchant of Steel, forge units to gain new powers and gain an awoken unit. Or forge your spells to gain new powers and gain a Hellhorned unit. Let's just get units better. If it's a choice between units and spells, units are more fun. What do we have? Can do a card remove, reroll, randomize and refresh the offered goods. Okay. What is this? Upgrade a unit with +10 health and spikes 3. That's actually okay-ish. That's a lot of damage. I mean, probably the best option is just to remove something, but I have no idea how this game works yet, so let's just do some weaker upgrades for now. Is there a point? I don't know. Maybe. Just this one. Oh, so only 2 upgrades are possible. I see. I see. So whatever I get, I cannot really get much more. And if I do a card remove... I think card remove restore is honestly fine always. It should be okay. By the way, why can't I, like, improve the other guy that I had? Where is my other guy that I used in the previous fight? What's up with that? I think removing restore is fine. It's definitely weakish. And I will focus on damage more for sure in my very first runs, because damage always works. Healing, like, you sometimes need a very specific deck to make it work, but damage is consistent. So, long story short, let's remove restore. And then just skip, I guess. I don't know if I want to buff them necessarily. And then I also can gain an awoken unit. That's a lot of stats. Thorned Hollow, summon. What does it mean summon? Triggers when played, I see. Gain 60 max health. Okay. And rejuvenate. Triggers when healed, even at full health. Gain 3 spikes. Or spikes 3. The order of those words might actually matter in this case. Okay. So, and also Husk Hermit. Sweep attacks all enemy units. 15 damage against 5 damage. That's a lot more health. Same price. Takes more space, I guess. I'll take the Thorned Hollow. Okay. I can actually buff it immediately after that if I want to. But, well, actually, Thornstone is might be decent. Is it? The way it's worded, I actually kinda doubt that those spikes will stack. They definitely might. They definitely might. But then again, I'm not sure if they will. And health is irrelevant pretty much, so I think I should just skip. Oh yeah? Barbed Disciples. These spiked foes will make direct attacks more painful. Using spells from afar will let you fight without sacrificing your units. Okay then. Also, I can see like all of them, all of the enemies that I will face. Is that the idea? In this battle. Maybe. Seems like it. Interesting. So 0 power for this guy, but a lot of armor, a lot of health. And then yeah. Why do I get this guy? Why wasn't I able to like upgrade him before? What's up with that? So let me actually read this. So armor 25, spikes 2, Disciple Protector. It takes certain insanity to volunteer for the defensive front lines, but Seraph instills that level of devotion in his disciples. Having spent much time with a traitor, I can say that he does demand a certain loyalty that can be hard to break. And Conduit Redirector. Enchant. Other friendly units on the same floor gain a bonus. Grant spikes 2. Also, it doesn't have it naturally, you mean? Okay. I initially created the Conduit's armor to help them better harness the pyre. I should have known they would twist this technology to ingest the energy of our pyre and redirect the shards to their own benefit. So get the hollow, right? Get the prince behind it. And then kill this thing with a torch. Is that the idea? Also, what was up with the health? Oh, it's max health. Oh, it's not like full health immediately, it's just icy. Well, let's get some regen then. Some spells can only be played once per battle. Cards with Consume are placed in the Consume pile when played. They will not be available again until the next battle. So I assume it's the same as with the Slay the Spy, you just go through your deck. Everything like gets placed into your discard pile, and then once you get to the end of your draw pile, it just gets reshuffled all back again. Something like this, most likely. Anyway. And this guy is not dead. Haven't seen you before. Discipled Foot Soldier. Some of Seraph's human disciples come from a combat background. This gave the traitor an advantage in his defense of the newly captured Rings of Hell. Well, I do have 2 combat spells, and this thing needs to be placed there, actually. It should kill it, yes. And then just kill those 2 things. And skip. No, so spikes definitely actually stack. Spikes definitely stack. Can they be lowered? Or can they just stack indefinitely? Because that's a lot of spikes potentially. Okay, let's just kill this thing. Is that it? No, there's a boss. Predictably enough. I will kill the caster. Last Knight of the Disciples. The Knights of the Disciples were the first humans to charge into battle when our covenant was broken. Now only one remains to uphold their ancient creed. Just do some damage, I suppose. Well, he's dying currently, so that's good enough. Yeah, spikes don't seem to lower. Yeah, I'm aware of that. So you can use the button. I'm aware of that. I'll just leave it at the normal speed for now. I'll definitely increase it a bit later when I get accustomed to animations. Okay, collect. Fledgling Imp. Summon, apply Rage 5 to friendly units. What is Rage 5? +2 attack per stack. Decreases every turn. And on summon it applies it. Okay, takes 1 space. Pretty weak otherwise. Ascend the unit or vent for X amount of mana. Deals double X amount of damage to enemy units. To all enemy units. That's actually decent. I'll take it. More Wildwood Sap, maybe. Ensnare. Apply Rooted 1 to an enemy unit. Prevents the next time a unit would move between floors. Bosses are immune. And draw +1 next turn. Okay. The Wildwood of Hell encases those that linger too long underneath its draping canopy. These living trees scare me more than I care to admit. Let's go for Wildwood Sap again. There is some synergy with my flower, or whatever that would be. Duplicate any card except your champion. Restore health. Upgrade your spells. Well, I don't know if I have no idea which cards are good enough currently. Except your champions. That's a champion. I see. I see. Cursed with no horns, the only son of Grg has taken to collecting the horns of his opponents, dispelling any doubt of his fighting prowess, and convincing me of his rightful place as champion of the Hellhorned. Oh, so Hellhorned is like a... how was it called? A tribe or something? That I'm currently playing as, it seems like. I see. Yeah, but I'm not even sure what I should duplicate, though, that's the issue. I'm not sure what is good and what isn't. So let's just go and see what I can do with my spells instead. So still just a general card removal. And then reduce the cost, which is really good potentially. Plus 10 magic power. Seriously. Increase the amount of damage dealt and health restored by spells. Upgrade the spell to remove consume and cost +1. Oh, okay. No idea. But let's say like Power Stone on... Can I do it on Vent? That might not do anything whatsoever. I'll need to find it out though. If it doesn't do anything whatsoever, I'll still like need to do it at least once in my playthrough to be aware of that. Yeah? Oh, so you mean +10 damage total? Not for every hit, but in total. That's still okay though. That's still okay. Even if that's the case. So what happens if I do this? Deal 2x +1 damage to enemy units. That is actually kind of decent. Yeah, I mean, sure. Something like this. Sounds fun. And leave. Gain a Hellhorned unit. Steelworker or Branded Warrior. Resolve. What is Resolve? Triggers after combat. Apply armor 5 to friendly units. I see. 10 damage, not bad actually. Along with a team of imps, these demons are responsible for the creation of all Hellhorned armor and weapons. While not usually on the front lines, their centuries of working metal gives them a comfortable tendency towards combat. Okay. And also Branded Warrior. Rage 4. And when it slays something, it applies Rage 3 to friendly units. It is said that no one can match a fully matured Hellhorned demon in combat. I have yet to see this proven false. Though I can't say I'm seeking out that opportunity. I mean, I will take this, I think. It just sounds more fun overall. But, yeah, they're both decent-ish, I suppose. I would assume this is better, though. It triggers always, you always get some armor. Yeah, I guess. This actually synergizes better with my flower. How is it called, by the way? Thorned Hollow, this thing. So yeah, I will take armor, after all. Concealed caverns. Something interesting can be found in the frozen Helvent caverns. The shivering blacksmith braces against the stinging wind. From afar, one would easily mistake her for a small mountain. It's not like I want to come out here, you know. Just, you always come by the forge at the worst times, and it's always so much business that I forget some of the other more important things I'm working on. Well, anyways, I'm working on something new, a hammer of sorts. And yes, before you can ask, she will help out you and your sorry lot. It's just, well, she doesn't work like she should. Got a bit of a mind of her own, so I figure you could take her with you and help me out just for once. Just needs a little fine-tuning is all. Hitting those birds around 5 times ought to do the trick. So, you up for a little fine-tuning? What are we doing? Well, we definitely do, but what does it do? Slay... spells only affect one floor. Creating wings from light is no small task, and doing it the right way requires the right tools. I was able to make her wings with this hammer, but its power is too unstable for normal work. Odd that the things we build end up tearing us down in the end. Good old Wingmaker. Deals 6 damage to enemy units 2 times. A spell. And then if you slay, it's +1... Is it Ember? Oh, it's the... I see, it's the space, it's the free space for the floor? That's good, okay. Yeah. Terrific, I'm just bursting with excitement. Just try and be gentle with her, eh? Or at least a little less hard on it than you usually are with these things. So what do I do? Do I just, like, lose it after using it several times, or what? What's the point? Well, we'll see. Daedalus the Professor. Heavily armored creations protect this ex-professor in his quest to safeguard Seraph and the Winged. Plating seal. Constructed explosives enter with damage shield. Nullify the next source of damage. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Yes. You mean like for all enemy creatures? Is that the idea? Okay. Daedalus is the strongest boss you've faced yet. He moves between floors freely, but can be attacked if you clear out other enemies on that floor. Oh. Watch out for triggers. This bomb has a triggered ability and will explode on its turn, dealing damage. Check the tooltips. Yep. So, what does that do? Action. Triggers at the start of this unit's turn. Despawn and deal 10 damage to your front unit. And also it nullifies the next source of damage. Constructed by the Professor as part of his research to achieve winged power, this exploding device was a failed experiment that has been repurposed for more practical means. I admire the Professor's handiwork, even if it is incredibly dangerous. And the Professor himself, original engineer of the armor and weapons used by the Disciples, with specific knowledge of Seraph's light and how to harness its energy. He was a chief contributor to the breaking of the rail, something that impresses me almost as much as it angers me. So, okay. And a lot of people on the bottom floor. Well, let's actually start with the Thorned Hollow. Why wouldn't we? And then just... Probably should just go with Steelworker, honestly. Get the champion to floor 2, maybe? Something like this. And this will be my first floor, in fact. Get the prince on the second floor instead. And get some regen on this thing. That would be the idea. So, if I'm correct, I can just safely ignore those bombs on irrelevant floors. Like this one, yes. So what do we do? 6 damage to enemy units 2 times. Can just do this on the... on this floor, maybe? Or on this floor and get more space there. That's also possible. Let's actually do this. Yeah, I see. I see. So more floor capacity. Can just spam some units then. Torch this thing, I suppose. And just kill this thing normally. Oh, it's something new. Overcharged Apprentice. Triggers when you play a spell on this floor. Incant. Okay. Some light apprentices are not as strict with their reverence of the light shards they've been granted, tampering with them to gain improved effects. I did agree to assist in the creation of this armor, but only to sabotage its construction, making this increased effect only last for short amounts of time. Well, cannot really play anything anymore. Skip. Oh, armor actually stacks. It doesn't disappear after the combat round. It actually continues like that. Wow. Wow. Okay. Oh, it dies. That's not good. Can I torch it or something? It still dies. Can I play something else? It still dies. How? Let me actually see how it happens. I can use Vent, but... Oh. Oh, it dies from the... Maybe from the Professor himself. Maybe. Maybe not. Well, whatever. So, skip. Oh, so we can still attack him when we deal with the bombs. I see. And eventually we need to kill him, yes. That's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. I can kill the bomb, I think. If I just do some torch damage. This thing will grow stronger, yeah. But I do need to kill the bomb, so... Like this. Okay, can ignore this one. I will kill all of them. Can just kill some easier targets. Those all will die. Can ignore them as well. And can just deal some damage to the boss. Something like this. Final wave? Oh. Wait, what? Wait, you mean like... There are no more summons? What do you mean? Oh, he just starts attacking himself. Oh, it's relentless. I see. I see. So it's this relentless stuff again. Okay. After all the waves, boss just goes in, and this bomb mechanic is discarded. Seems like rare pack, gold, unit draft, a primary or allied clan unit, and major enhancements. What is that? That's a rare pack. That's a lot of text. Impolate, deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 15 times the number of imp units in your deck. I see. Reinforce, consume double the amount of armor on a unit. Okay. Costs a lot though. Clearly, like you need to have synergy for both of those, in fact. And consume Spike of the Hellhorn. Apply double rage and double armor. Double X. Okay, I can use it at least. Those two require synergies that I do not have at the moment, so okay. That's the only one that I can really use. 10 cost, 100 power, 40 HP. Costs -3 per imp unit in play. Well, I don't have anything. Unit draft apparently. Okay. Another Thorned Hollow, which is decent. And Horned Warrior, which is multi-strike 1. That's a lot of damage. And I can actually use it, yeah. Either of those is fine. I would say another Thorned Hollow is okay-ish. It's actually decent damage, and I can regen it. I do have some regen cards, so... Yeah. Major enhancements. +1 mana. And also always... Okay, so Yopaya always gets some upgrades. The same upgrades, in fact. And then you choose between mana, draw more floor space. Are those always the choices? Okay. Let me actually read this. When Fel left to join her cause, she left me with remaining embers of the pyre. She could have been killed for this, but she gave them anyway. That's all I have to say about Fel. Fel's remorse. Harzel's compound. One of my crowning achievements. A metal-based compound that can be formed into any shape. I've only been able to create a small batch of it, but a little goes a long way. Is it Harzel speaking then? Light of Seraph. The coveted light of Seraph. Those from above worship it as much as we value the pyre. From what I've seen, it's powerful, sure, but it's not as special as they say. That doesn't mean I won't take some, if given the chance. So, I think... This is a tough one. I think for my current deck, mana is not that important. I think draw is decent. And then floor space. The problem is, if I play like my flower, right? One of them. I can only play one thing after that. And this upgrade doesn't really change that. Like, one capacity is not really enough for me, usually. So, honestly, it might be better to just go with draw for my current deck. Should work better with spells anyway. And I have a lot of spells as well, so, yeah. Vortex. Select and remove up to 2 cards, that's good. Gain an artifact, restore health. Or, forge your units, gain a unit, gain gold. Let's go left. Just remove restores. Restores are like, I don't care about restores. And honestly, maybe one of the train stewards. Also don't really care about them. Well, yes, but it's better than nothing. Restores are very meh. So, gain an artifact. What is an artifact? Lightstone casing. Spells get an extra upgrade slot. Or, jack strips. Deal 2 damage whenever an enemy unit moves between floors. Boring! After the Pyrestone Brace proved to be wildly successful, Seraph stole my design and created a similar device to infuse the stones with light instead. As is his way, he created a housing much more ostentatious than the simple one I created for Hell. The stairwells of the Bone Shaker are never what they seem. Among other surprises, the hidden spike traps I've engineered can be set to stop any combatant. That seems definitely more useful, though I'm not sure like if I will be needing it immediately. So, okay. Will be damaged if your enemies reach it. So it fights back though, right? I'm not sure like, how do you restore it, actually? Like, does it, I assume the fact that this thing exists means that it at least is not restored automatically between fights, but do you get that restored after the boss fight at least, or not? After like the big boss fight, like the one that I just had. Is that a thing? Probably not. Anyway, so get the health. The Waxen Arches. Across this waxen landscape, ever-growing arches can be seen, made of the remains of the melting remnant souls who've climbed to the top in search of rumored wealth. The survivors built votive houses throughout the ring. The houses serve as sanctuaries for those who hope to melt faster or not to melt at all. Well then, upgrade your champion. Hell yeah. Oh. Ooh. Strike once more, get more armor, or on Slay, gain armor 10, and Revenge. What is Revenge? Triggers 1 damaged, gain rage 2. Oh, and get more stats. Well, this seems much better, no? Much better. I mean, how is this a choice? I have no idea. Well, I mean, I have no idea what the implications are, because this is clearly better. Well, I mean, I will just choose the one with which is better. I don't see why I wouldn't. So, yeah. But like maybe there are different adjectives that you can get later that I cannot get anymore. Maybe that would be a problem. Regardless, undergo trials for greater risk and reward. Activating the trial will make this battle more difficult, but you'll earn an extra reward if you win. Clipped Tormentors. They might be low-level recruits of the Clipped, but they will overload you with penance if you don't take them out quickly. Trial. Oh, and the toggle for a trial. Retribution. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 4. Additional reward, random artifact. Of course I'll do that. Let's go. Hell yeah, artifacts. Yes, I'm aware. Yeah. I've just turned it on. Let me read them. Clip Defender. Armor 50! 50 armor! Oh my god. This unit can take 50 damage, spikes 4. These massive clipped strongmen use slabs to protect those behind them. Their quiet nature lends itself well to hiding beneath the steel wall. And Absolver. What is happening? Resolve. Add triggers after combat. Add a Weight of Contrition card to the top of your draw pile. Add that card. 1 mana Scorch. Purge. Reserve. Your pyre takes 3 damage. What does it mean, Scourge, though? Well, regardless. Born with no wings, these creatures are only clipped in name. Their breed has evolved to grow additional appendages instead, aiding them in their work as both prisoner and warden. And that's complicated. How do we proceed, though? So I can protect myself. Oh, but the idea is that I just get damaged. A lot. You know, actually though, I kinda probably should even not be too hasty with my first floor decision. Just do something like this, honestly, right? So it attacks me. Maybe I should even restore. I definitely should play my prince on the next floor while I have it. And just let it wait and maybe heal my flower. Get some spikes. Something like this. This thing is still alive, unfortunately. Okay, man. Okay. Weight of Contrition. Once played, Purge. Once played, this card is removed from your deck for the rest of the run. Okay, that's what I wondered. Reserve. So if you don't get rid of it, then you just take 3 damage, and it is not removed. I see. This thing is killed. How's this thing killed? Wait, what? Why? Why is it killed? But I deal 15 damage twice, no? Yes, but it has 25 armor. How can I kill it? What do you mean? What is this? Wait, what? What the hell? Collector. These entrepreneurial winged scavengers don't subscribe to the traitorous ways of their flying brethren, but that doesn't mean they don't intend to profit off of it. They often find their way onto our train looking for loose valuables, but if we trap them inside, they'll give up whatever they found. Resolve flees from battle, and if we kill it, we gain 75! 75! Of course we kill it! Okay. Look. Look. We need to kill this thing. So I think I just play Thorned Hollow. Maybe on this floor, though. This seems okay-ish. I can just ignore those people for now. I do need to play Wildwood Sap, though, right? I would also like to kill this thing. I don't exactly have a lot of spells, though. I have, like, 1 spell that I still need to use on maybe this thing, on the marksman. I can't really do all of those. I can just play Thorned Hollow for sure to protect my champion as well. How's this thing dead, but this thing isn't? I'm not sure. Well, so I would want to actually play the Wildwood Sap as well. Just play the Steward, I guess, and kill this thing. Okay, this thing is dead. And then I'll just play Wildwood Sap, I think. Maybe on my bottom floor guy. Or actually, middle floor guy, probably. Something like this. Oh, but the damage that I get is actually permanent now, right? Until I heal it. So that is a bit of a problem. That is a bit of a problem. I see. Almost dead, huh? Well, I will kill this guy, receive some damage, that's fine. Actually, if it attacks first, then probably my Steward will die. Which is not, like, horrendous, I suppose. Can just vent. Let's start with the Wingmaker, I think. Get some floor capacity. Play this Weight of Contrition. Because I don't really want to get more damage if it's like permanent-ish. Get some damage onto this thing and just skip. Oh, right, it deals 1 damage and then I take 4 more from spikes. That's the idea. Okay. Yeah, it's dead. Fine. Fine. I definitely will need to play the Wildwood Sap for sure. Just play Steward, probably. What about the Spike? So consume, and then get more Rage, and get Armor. Just ignore it for now, I guess. Just play the Steward, and kill one of those things. Something like this. A brief respite. Okay. I do need to heal this thing or it just dies, unfortunately. Now it doesn't, seems like. So I'll be able to play the Steward later. It's not a problem. Deals 2 damage to enemy units. 6 plus 10 damage. So it's not 2 times. Yeah, it doesn't work like I thought it would, I see. Okay, still some damage though. And that's a boss. Oh, that's some Wingmaker work. And then Weight of Contrition, and then just do some damage. Can't really do much more, so just skip. Maybe should have, like, healed my flower instead. I don't know. So what can I do? Can get some armor, can get some rage. Currently it almost dies, so I'm pretty sure if I just buff my champion, it definitely dies. And this should be good enough. Got the Pyre Wall, and then some packs. I can't skip the card choices, by the way, right? Oh, can't skip the artifact, though. Your Pyre starts each battle with armor 15. Pyre Wall. As the winged offensive grew more aggressive and building materials grew more scarce, I had to develop some protection with the tools at hand. These walls won't withstand more than a couple blows, but that can still mean the difference between life and death. Well, get it. Of course, why wouldn't I? Imps, and... Summon, deal 5 damage to enemy units. Summon, apply rage 5 to friendly units, or just apply rage 10. Plus 2 per stack. So 20 damage? Decrease every turn. That seems okay-ish. Imps, it seems like they require some very specific synergy, so I'm not going for that currently, so it makes the every imp choice that I have, the later it happens in this run, the worse and worse it becomes, pretty much. So I have to go for something else other than imps at this point. Sting. Regen is always good for this deck, it seems like, and Sharpen is eh. Sting. Some trees drop acorns to seed new life. The awoken shoot thorns. To protect myself, I wore thick leather armor on my first visit to Wildwood. I can't say it helped much. Sting. Deal 10 damage to the front enemy unit and then draw +1. That is decent, actually. That is decent. Frontliners, though, yeah. You usually, yeah, you need spells not for the frontliners, it seems like, in those fights. I'll just get Regen. Regen is decent. And also Consume is decent, to get rid of the card immediately. Remove is good. Duplicate is actually okay. I can actually use it now. I have a bit of a better idea which cards are good in my deck and which aren't. A little bit. Can buff my spells though. I can still card remove. This is one card remove, those two things together. Yeah, but duplicating though, right? Can I duplicate the Wingmaker? Do I want to? Do I want to? That's the better question. By the way, didn't I get like an artifact that gives me an extra upgrade slot? Where's, yes, this thing. Where's my upgrade slot? Why is it only 2 of them? What? Only 2 of them. Look. So, I don't know. I guess I will just go for... Wingmaker is pretty good. Yeah, let's go. I feel like card removal is just too good there. So, remove 1 of the torches, I think, at this point. Just 1. And then 1 of the restores. Restores can actually be sometimes useful somewhat. It's an immediate healing, and that might be decent-ish. So yeah, I can double the good old Wingmaker. Yeah, maybe. I like this card, so sure. And go. Hidden Assault. Sticky Clipped have infiltrated your train. Use spells and higher floors to take them out. Enter with Spell Shield 2. Absorbs the next damage spell. Twice, I assume? Get more gold. Hell yeah. Go. Yes. Fine. Yes, absorb the next 2 damage spells. Well then, I guess I should just start with my normal stuff, which would be Turned Hollow. And the Steelworker. I don't really like the fact that I'm dying currently. Thorns doesn't really help. Stealth 1. Oh. Can I cancel it? Can I cancel it? I see. Okay. Well, that was bad then. Can, like, kill it, I guess. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Then they will just die, which is okay. Kinda. Not really, but kinda. Okay, I see. Hi. And also Clip Defender, so that before, and Overcharged Tank. Spell Shield Harvest. Triggers when a unit on this floor dies. Gain more armor. Further additions to the light armor worn by these Clipped has made the crystal within it very unstable. To combat these effects, the Clipped have strapped on even more armor to contain the decay. Not a lot of damage. Not a lot of damage. I can still play one more flower. Thorned Hollow there. I should heal it actually. Well, I need to kill this thing. That's some loot. And I guess I will just get some regen while I can. And use Vent, I suppose. Oh, Spell Shields, right, that was the thing. So. Yeah. Yeah, that's fun. I can actually kill them with this thing. If I just play maybe a couple torches, I will just be able to kill at least 2 of them, and that would be good enough. This thing survives, though. I think my core Pyre would be able to handle it, however, when it gets there. So maybe I should just ignore this guy. Just let him get there, that's not really a problem. It will not even lose armor. Well, it will lose armor, but it will not even lose HP. Let me read this thing as well. Though, some marksmen choose to stay hidden, rejecting the traditional spear of the Guardians and sticking with the accurate feathers of steel. Their agility and dark coating have made them nearly impossible for us to see. So, look, here is the point. If I use like a torch, right? Can I just kill this guy then? Yes. Okay, okay. So, double torch. And then just do the good old Wingmaker. And then I will be able on the next turn to play the Train Steward as well on this floor. Well then. I don't know. More regen. Can play this thing. I think I should. That's just more damage. Don't really see why not. I think I'm just ignoring this guy. Whatever. Just let him live, really. Get some more regen. Get some... torch? Probably not. Get some rage, get some armor, but lose the card. I don't know. Just Hornbreak, I think. Skip. Ah, yeah, I see. That is what I thought would happen, but it's automatic pretty much. I see. And it seems like now we get the final fight after this. The boss fight. So, restore, I think. And then maybe get to Stewards. In front. It will just receive damage for no particular reason, but I will need it later though, so I will play it there. And then there as well. Skip. Hello. What do you think of my wings? The self-made harpy. Created with no wings, she's taken to scavenging clipped ones and fastening them to her multiple arms. This gives her some reduced ability of flight, but only for moments at a time. Multi-strike 4. Relentless, and then, yeah. Good old stuff like that. So... if I just use this thing once, I'll be able to kill them with Vent on my very last action. So I think here is what I should do. I need to play this. So this needs to be played. Then Vent kills them, but I can play it at the very end, so that's not a problem. I need to apply regen. Doesn't actually affect anything, it seems like. Well, and I'll also need to do the spike on my thing. Maybe armor changes something. So it's 20 damage. Yeah, it should actually. It should allow it to survive one more turn. So that should be... well, I don't know if it's that meaningful, but... oh, now it's meaningful. Now it's meaningful. Now that those things are dead, it is meaningful. Okay. Yep, and we win, it seems like. Yeah, regen is pretty nasty. In such big amounts. So what do I do? Oh, I can just switch between game speed like that at any point. Okay, I'll just leave it at fast, I think, for now. Money, 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 and cards. A lot of money that I don't really know what to do with yet. Like, yeah, well, we'll see. I'll visit some shops at some point. Battering ram, deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 4 times 4 the amount of armor on friendly units. I'm not stacking armor though, so I don't know. Working with the rail beaters, I was able to devise a series of interlocking shields that turned a Hellhorn into a mobile battering ram. Inferno, piercing. Deal 100 damage to friendly and enemy units. Interesting. The Scorched Plains are known for frequent firestorms that can rain down at any moment, striking anyone unlucky enough to be caught below. This has made my travels through it particularly short. So clear one of the floors, but doesn't really work well against bosses at all, so... Or just another spike. This is very meh, it seems like, for my deck. Or I can just skip. Skip is better, I think. I think this is a skip. Can go for Inferno. Sometimes it will be useful, but usually not. I think it's a skip, honestly. Do I care? Well, not necessarily, but this thing can be just consumed, even if you don't need it. It just consumes itself and that's it. And you just are left... if you add some leftover mana, you will be left with some armor that is still usable. Yeah. I'll just get 10 gold, whatever. Doesn't seem very necessary. Awake. All 3 cards are new, actually. Restore 30 health. Apply Region 3, sometimes very useful. A soul once put to sleep by spores is trapped by the vines of the wildwood, only to become awoken. It's not a very pleasant event to witness, but there is a certain beauty in all. Maybe. Wildwood Custodian, draw +1, so it's not really a battle creature. You want it to survive, and it just draws you cards. Once a soul has been transformed and released again from the vines, they are forever bound as a caretaker of the wildwood. From my time with them, it is clear that these channelers take pride in aiding the souls who have yet to be released. And Engraft. Restore 1 health, gain 1 mana, draw +1 next turn. No. When in a dangerous situation, the Awoken sometimes cannot afford the time it takes to regrow limbs. While less effective, they will splice together severed appendages in favor of speed, but in my experience, the binding does not last long. It's a choice between those two. Look, the way I see it, there are currently 2 problems. One is normal fights, and second is bosses. This actually will allow me very reliably to help with bosses. This actually helps. And it will be pretty reliable at that. And I'm not sure, like, there definitely can be some things that will bypass that. For example, if bosses can jump, like, through several floors at once and bypass some fights that I prepared for them that might not be relevant anymore, and it might get worse because of that. But realistically, though, I think this is the deck that wants that kind of thing, so I'll just take it and see if it works. But Custodian is just good. It's just good, though. It's definitely not a bad pick there. But I don't know. It seems good so far. We'll see if it changes in the after future battles. Is it the same encounter? Well, how'd she work out for you? Were you able to work out all the kinks? Here, let me take a look. What in 9 rings did you do to this thing? It looks like you tried to tear apart the rail with it, and then when it didn't work, you ran it over with a bone shaker to forget about it altogether. It's gonna take me a long time to get it back and healthy. A real long time, so I guess I'm coming with you. What, are you not going to let me come? Well, I actually expected that I would lose the weapon. One of them. Actually, I had them doubled. What is this? Wait, what? Wait, what? Made to fit. -3? -3 what? Oh, so like, she cannot really work with anyone. Titan Spawn. Resolve +1 space on this floor. So she just works on making the floor bigger as time goes. Trample. When attacking, excess damage is applied to the subsequent enemy unit. I think I get the idea. Okay. Okay then. There are no words that I can write to describe the unbreakable force that is my daughter, so I will refrain from further staining her name by trying. Well, of course. Good. And don't think that makes it okay. This is not okay. She just needs a little more love and a lot more polish, and I sure as hell don't trust you to do either of those things. At least I can take off this damn coat now. What do we have? Something interesting can be found. Merchant of Magic, hell yeah. And remove, okay, this left path seems good. Artifact is also fun. Forging units is also fun. Which is more fun? I think forging units is actually more fun. By the way, do I even have like a lot of... Oh, I have some units. Okay. Both are okay. Yeah, but this is artifact and then some shops. This seems more fun overall, the right path. The Wildwood, by the way. Massive vines took root within this ring, creating the massive wildwood forest that exists today. This living forest traps unsuspecting victims within its vines to absorb their souls into its hive mind of the Awoken. Well then, let's go and get the artifact first. Thornfruit, at start of turn, add a sting spell to your hand. 0 cost spell. Every turn, you mean? Wait, what? That's crazy. 0 cost spell, deal 10 damage to the front enemy unit, draw +1. What? After a thorn has lodged into the ground and released its spores, it will wilt and return to the wildwood. On very rare occasions, the thorn will produce a fruit that is coveted among channelers, though I find it personally much too sour. And the bloating fungus. Regen restores +1 health per stack. Oh man. This fungal infection affects the bark of trees throughout the wildwood. While it feeds on much of the sap the tree produces, the fungus also accelerates the tree's sap production entirely, creating a fascinating symbiotic relationship between two species. So, originally, I thought I would definitely be taking this thing. I think I still should... I have to take this, right? If it works like I imagine, it's just... No, it cannot work like I imagine. I think you just get it once, maybe, and that's it. There's no way you get it every turn. That's ridiculous. No way. But just regen. But more regen, though. My deck just works with that so well. I have to take this. Look, I have to. I just have to. This is how my deck functions, so... What can we do? Oh! I think in this game you can actually do several card removals, from what I've seen, right? So I can just do a card removal, for example of this thing. And then I'll still be able to do more, right? Yeah, for sure. Upgrade the unit with Endless. When this unit dies or is eaten, return its card to the top of the draw pile. Interesting. I mean, actually... Oh. Half. Steelworker? I can use it on my Thorned Hollow, potentially. It is not dying usually, though. Actually, Heartstone is really good on one of them for sure. Yes. They will get a lot of spikes normally, and I'll be able to regen them anyway, and they will get those spikes. So this is definitely good. 10 power, I mean. For Steelworker, this is actually fine. It'll just consistently stay alive and just do more damage. This is decent. It's very cheap, so why not, right? And then, in fact, you know, like, I should have, well... Hindsight is 2020, obviously, but I should have like used those upgrades before in the previous shops as well, because they are very cheap. In fact, that's a lot of gold, and I could have like even those trained stewards, right? With a couple of those upgrades, those could have been very, very strong potentially. So Endless, she's not dying. This is pointless kinda to upgrade her like that. I can upgrade my Steelworker, and the idea would be that I at least always have him around, because he is pretty good. Or just do it for my Hollow and ensure that I will get it back, even if I don't draw well. Which is not horrible. It might be better, like, I don't know. Let's just do this. I have no idea, man. Let's just press this button and see if... Oh, you can refresh as well. Oh, but once. Oh, yeah, look. Here's the idea. So, I can actually just improve those stewards. I don't have to remove them. I can just do some more power on them. Whoa. Large stone. Upgrade the unit with +1 size, +15 power, and +40 health. What? This is actually pretty good just for a steward. This is definitely not the right use for it. Definitely not the right use for it, but I think I will press this button. Or just on this thing, actually. No, this is better, because I can use this steward as a tank. That's where Endless should have gone, by the way, on this thing. So yeah, I can use this as a tank, and then my lesser steward in the back. So this will be the setup for my 3 floors, right, normally. So Hollow, Steelworker for first floor, most likely. Then Hollow with my champion behind for the second floor. And then those 2 things for my floor number 3. And I think that's it. I don't think you can build on your floor with Paya. So yeah, I think it's decent. Well, as I said, it's definitely a mistake overall, but I don't know, man. Sounds fun. Upgrade the unit with Rage 7. But I mean, so you mean it starts with just more power, and it just gets less as fight continues? I can't get rid of those upgrades, right? So once I upgraded something, it's just there. That's it. Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's just do some card removals. What do I want the least? I think just train... Actually, seriously though, those train stewards do not do anything anymore. Unupgraded ones. I can just get rid of them. I don't want to see them ever, pretty much. Well, maybe to kill those loot goblins. That actually is kinda decent. You know what? 1 torch has to go. I think it will be 1 torch. And that's it, because I cannot really purchase anything anymore. Okay. Good talk. And then we continue to the battle. I cannot really interact with anything else, right? Okay. And I think I'll actually stop it there. I could have gone through all this thing much quicker if I didn't like read every single thing, but it makes it more fun to me at least, so whatever. Anyway, in the next one we'll continue. I'm not sure how much longer the run would be, but I can always start a new one if it turns out to be too short. So for now though, thanks for watching, and we'll continue in the next one.